Hello, this is Hot Take. My name is Benjamin Hawkins. I'm with Devontae Davis and Alex Hall. Today we'll be discussing the NFL. Deshaun Watson, torn ACL. Texans season over soon.
How you feel about that, Alex?
Well, I feel like the Texans season is over. In fact, he was their leader of the team in the offense after J.J. Watt got injured. Their defense has fell off dramatically, and I think now their offense is going to be worse because they don't have Deshaun Watson throwing it down the field to receivers.
Now, what are you going to say to that?
What do you feel?
Well,
You
I
disagree?
feel like you're right, partially. But then the backup quarterback, Tom Savage, that's his name.
Yeah.
He's terrible.
He is terrible, yeah.
We all agree.
He is
terrible.
absolutely horrendous.
Deshaun got better accuracy, better quickness, and he can run off the screen and all that. So, yeah. I agree.
You think their season is completely over? The playoffs are gone?
I mean, I don't think he'll be. I think he'll be back in like the next 2 weeks or so.
He has a torn ACL.
Oh wait. Oh yeah, he's over it. Yeah,
He's done for the season.
Over.
The Texans season's over.
They going down. They ain't gonna make the playoffs.
Well, I think they'll make the playoffs because of what Deshaun Watson and J.J. Watt and their defense has done so far.
They don't
Because
have
it's
enough
like
to make the playoffs.
week 7. They have enough wins. If they keep winning, maybe 1 or 2
No,
games,
they don't lose because they didn't do Deshaun Watson.
we got to think they're in the weak AFC. So
Oh yeah, okay.
if they're in the NFC, there's no hope for them. They're not even going to touch the playoffs, but they will be able to because they're in the AFC, and the AFC teams are not that good compared to the NFC. I mean, you got the Jets, you got the Bills. Come on.
Bills are doing pretty good.
They're doing pretty good, but are they as
Jets-
good as the Vikings, Seahawks,
I
Packers?
mean, the Jets trash. Packers struggling.
The Packers are struggling only because Aaron Rodgers, but if he wasn't injured, then
Yeah.
Was Jimmy Garoppolo to the 49ers good or bad?
Well, I think it's a good trade for the 49ers because they needed a quarterback, and Jimmy's pretty good. Yeah, all right. A good passer, pocket passer in the pocket. You know, what you think?
I think it's absolutely great for the 49ers because they need somebody to keep building on their team. Garoppolo is really good. I mean, is he Tom Brady? No. But is he really good? Absolutely. And he's going, they can build off of him. And I know he only played 2 games and then he got injured, but those 2 games they won. And they didn't just win. They won like Tom Brady was playing.
And I believe the pick was for the 49ers quarterback and a second-round pick, I believe.
Is it good for the Patriots, though? No, it's not good for the Patriots. No. They don't have a backup quarterback because of this trade.
They don't need one because they got Tom Brady. Bill
Okay.
Belichick believes in Tom Brady.
You need a
and
backup.
He don't make a better quarterback because
You can believe in Tom Brady, but when he gets injured and you have no backup, who's going to be your quarterback?
But you can't assume that if he's not going to.
No, but you can prepare for that. If you don't prepare, then you're going to be sitting there like, who's our quarterback? But if you
They
prepare,
can get
for
somebody
everything-
instantly though. If you think about it.
Yeah, well, they traded Biscuit or whatever his name is to the Colts. He was absolutely terrible. And then Garoppolo, I liked him a lot.
Yeah, he went to the Colts.
I thought Garoppolo would be the next quarterback after Brady leaves. And I think we could have built off of him. And with Bill Belichick, as long as he's still there, we're going to continue to win games. In fact, maybe even go to the Super Bowl with him. I don't know.
Jimmy actually did pretty good last season, last year.
I mean, only 2 games though.
Well, yeah, but then he only had like 3 touchdowns, and like 1 interception.
He did really good.
And like 100 yards.
So he thinks it's good for the 49ers and bad for the Pats because they need to prepare for injury.
I agree.
All right.
Okay, on to the next question. Was Jai a good trade for the Eagles?
Excellent trade.
I want to go first.
All right.
Because the Eagles are my second team.
Matter of fact, don't interrupt me again.
The Eagles are my second team. Okay, and it's so good for the Eagles. It is unbelievably good for the Eagles. I'm not saying that Gary Blunt isn't doing his job there. He's doing his job and more. But his job is to be in the red zone and to punch it through to the end zone.
Blunt is better than that dude, whoever it is. Blunt had more yards than him.
Yes, but you can run Blunt in the red zone and run he's
Ajay
great.
was struggling.
He was struggling on the Dolphins because their offensive line is struggling too. The Eagles' offensive line is doing amazing. Their defense is stopping the run game.
Exactly why.
Of course, they're not the perfect team. Their back side of the defense and their safeties are absolutely trash. They need better field defense because
That's true.
they can only stop the run game and they can maybe get an interception, but they need work there.
So
but
Dolphins went against the Eagles. Who you got?
Eagles, absolutely. They're the first in the NFC.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah, I think they might Super Bowl prediction.
When Carson went to the Eagles, I knew exactly that they're going to build off him. It's just like Jimmy Garoppolo. They can build off that quarterback and go on to the
49ers. You know who he's talking about, right? 49ers?
Yes, and we were talking about the Eagles before Carson Wentz got there, and they haven't even went to the playoffs.
Eagles doing wonderful right now.
They're doing wonderful and continuing to get more players to add to their offense. Just a bigger dagger for the NFC teams.
You kills me. I'm bloviated about your actions right now. You kills me.
Okay, gentlemen, we might have to move to the next question.
You kills me.
All right, move on to the next question. I'm tired of hearing you talk about my Eagles. They're my Eagles. I like them.
The Kansas City Chiefs win over Broncos. Does it matter?
Well, I mean, Broncos trash. Let's get to that point. They got defense, but their offense are trash. Like they got the wide receivers kind of, but everybody left. But yeah, they're pretty trash, man. And Chiefs got a great squad. They got a Hunt, Hill, Alex Smith doing their best year, but they kind of fell off after them losses.
You done? You done? Okay.
No, I'm not done.
The question was, don't interrupt me. The question was, does it matter the win that Chiefs had over the Broncos? You were just saying that the Broncos aren't as good as a team as the Chiefs. Does it matter? Absolutely. For Simeon's job, it matters. I know Sanders is out right now, and he'll be back soon, but Sanders is the main guy he throws to. And Simeon is struggling because the offensive line. Hold on, I'm not done. Simeon is been sacked the most out of all the quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
He's trash. They got no offensive line.
I know, but you can't blame that on Simeon. And I'm just saying this. Okay, Simeon is not bad, but this win for the Kansas City Chiefs is bigger for them.
Do you really say he's not bad? Really?
He's not bad.
Really?
I don't think they can build off of him, but he's not bad. All right, go on to the next question.
Terrible
Okay.
job.
You're both done with that one?
Yes.
Okay, Patriots got a backup quarterback. Does it even matter?
Doesn't. Tom Brady's God. Demigod.
He is God. He is the best. He's been proven
The best quarterback in the league right now.
Yes, but even the best gets injured, and Tom Brady has been injured before. So,
But is he injured now? He's doing excellent right now.
doesn't matter. It doesn't
Last game
matter.
against the Falcons.
It doesn't
Great
matter in the
win.
sense
Great
that they
win.
have to prepare, or that he's going to play, but it matters that they have to prepare because they're.
Tell that to Bill Belichick. Till you do that, can't really say.
Bill Belichick is just preparing for injury because if Tom Brady does get injured, they don't have a nobody. They have a quarterback, which the 49ers quarterback
I
was
tell you,
trash.
they're gonna get Colin Kaepernick.
They're not going to get called.
Yeah, he's
sorry,
out.
but he's not going anywhere. Continue on.
Okay. Brock Osweiler, starting for the Denver Broncos. Is it good or bad?
That's excellent. That's great. Your thoughts?
Terrible. He's
What?
one of the worst.
What?
Went to the Texans.
Oh my God.
He should have stayed with the Broncos. I think he could have been better if he stayed with the Broncos. But he went to the Texans and failed. The Texans traded him. They didn't like him. He went to the Browns. The Browns didn't even want him. And he's there for pocket change.
Brock Osweiler is better than Simmons. Facts.
You might say he's better than Simmons, but
Facts.
no, he's not. No.
He should have stayed. I agree with that. He was meant to be with them when Peyton Manning backup.
And he was just
a
mad.
backup,
He
but
went to
was
the
doing
Texans, and it just
fell off from there.
it's
But
terrible.
I think he can turn over his stuff and do better right now as a Broncos.
Well, I guess we'll see. Continue.
Okay.
Go find out.
So, we are on to the NBA
Oh,
questions.
that's the juicy stuff.
Gordon Hayward's recovery.
Man, let's talk about that. Your thoughts, since you're a Celtics fan over here.
I am a Celtics fan.
Before you all continue, we have a whole nother list of questions. Each one will have a minute time limit. So continue.
Okay. So, Gordon Hayward is obviously not going to come back for the season. He might come back for the off season. I wouldn't. I would just keep working and preparing. But obviously, being by his teammates at practice and shooting is going to help him recover. Because if you're sitting in a hospital, just in a bed, or at your house, putting your foot up, I mean, it's boring. As an NBA player, you want to play. And I think this is great for him, and it's going to help him recover. I think Paul George and the things, I watched what Gordon Hayward said about Paul George and him giving him encouraging information.
Yeah, because Paul George did get injured.
And they're great friends. In fact, Paul George wanted to play with Gordon Hayward. I think this might even strengthen Paul George wanting to go to the Celtics, and it might be a
Are
possibility.
you out your mind right
I'm
now?
not out of my mind.
Paul George is not going to the Celtics. Facts.
I'm not making a trade rumor. Just said
Why
this
would
will
you-
help strengthen that in the future.
It might,
It's a
but why would
possibility.
Paul George go to the Celtics if he's doing a
Okay,
good
we're
job
gonna
on
have to
OKC?
move
If
on
it's
to the
a
next
possibility.
question. So, Cavs on a 5-game losing streak.
Oh, I want to get going with this. I want to get going with this
My
because I
thoughts.
hate
You
the
got-
Cavs.
You got on the last one, sir.
Okay, I'll let you get this one. I'll let you get
My
this
thoughts on the Cavs struggling. Pretty bad. Defense, terrible. LeBron is to blame because he's the leader of his team, and he should know what to do when occasions come like this. You had Kevin Love at center. Now you got Tristan Thompson at center. You got the starting lineup back, but the point guard, it's changed. Kyrie left, and then they've been struggling since Kyrie left. I think they need Kyrie back in the system to be better again. Cavs, trash.
Now, to stay on the Cavs, what about their defense?
It's
Terrible.
trash.
Terrible.
It's
I
trash.
admit,
It's pathetic.
I
It's
admit,
the
we're
worst
terrible.
defense in the NBA.
I
I think
admit we're terrible. Everybody have terrible starts. I admit that. But it's still the beginning of the season, so you can't really say you will.
I want to get my
to the
take
playoffs
on that.
now.
I want to get my take on this.
Okay.
So the Cavs, LeBron is the momentum. He is the person who
The
is
leader,
supposed
the
to be.
leader, right?
Yeah, he's supposed to be. People put him
man.
above the coach on leading the team,
I know,
and I
man.
agree. I agree. He's absolutely the leader of that team, and he's the momentum. And he needs to get going. I mean, this is his 15th season. Hopefully, in his last, but it's definitely looking like it.
Yeah, you might. Yeah. Your thoughts?
Okay,
Next.
I don't really have any thoughts, but here's the next question. Are the Wizards out of magic?
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. They haven't been
Oh,
able to
God.
close the game. Are they going to beat the Cavs? Not if they can't close the game. What they had 22-point lead, 18-point lead, 19-point lead against the Lakers, and they lost. How do you lose a 19-point lead against the Lakers? I'm sorry, the Lakers are not good. They're not going to make it to the playoffs, and you lose a 19-point lead.
First of all,
They're out of their match.
First of all, I'm interrupting. The Lakers are pretty good right now. I say they 3-5 right now. They're doing against the loss to the Blazers. Damian Lillard hit a buzzer beater, spectacular by Damian Lillard. Congrats to him. But the fact of the matter is, they doing good right now, and that's all we can say. Lakers are doing good. Plus, Wizards they have been struggling closing out games, but they gonna go back to good track. Cavs gonna beat the Wizards for sure.
All right.
Okay, so MVP talk. Giannis for MVP. MVP prediction.
First of all,
Excuse me,
it's
sir.
Giannis. Giannis.
Giannis.
My
Sir,
apologies.
Antetokounmpo. I think he's great for MVP, y'all. Consistently dropping 30 points per game, averaging like 35 points per game, 3 rebounds, like 4 assists. He's doing pretty good.
Are you done?
No,
Alright.
I'm not done, matter of fact.
Okay, keep
Giannis
going.
is a demigod.
Demigod.
Long arms, tall, dunking over everybody.
He is crazy.
Spectacular.
He's a superhero.
That's my MVP right there.
But MVP is not just measured by points because it's also story. And I think a great MVP candidate is Kyrie Irving. He's leading the Boston Celtics. Now without LeBron, he's leading and he's winning on a 6-game win streak. And he's continuing to show up. And he's doing things that Kyrie didn't do on the Cavs. He's dunking the ball. He's passing the ball. He's not just a
Who dunking the ball?
Kyrie is. Kyrie's dunking the ball. He's doing things.
You don't lost your mind.
He's doing things that he didn't do with the Cavs, and he's really showing up. He's showing himself, which I didn't know if he was going to do that. You didn't know. He's really showing up to be a quality player.
He's been a quality player since he was on the Cavs.
He was a quality player, but compared to what he's doing now, I'd take him now over than he was with the Cavs.
He was doing this before when he was with the Cavs.
No,
Okay,
he wasn't doing
I'm
as
gonna
much
have to cut this question
because
short.
he was sharing it with LeBron.
Now, speaking of LeBron, is LeBron to blame for the Cavs' poor start?
Oh, yes, for sure. He's the leader of the team, no doubt.
I don't even think that's a question. He's absolutely for blame. Like I said, leader of the team, he's on momentum, and they don't have any momentum for defense. Offense, they're okay. I mean, they're
Even though
scoring
he dropped
points.
30 points per game.
But if you,
Defense.
defense, you just leave people open shots all day. It's terrible. It's terrible defense. And LeBron needs to get that momentum rolling because they look like they're just tired and waiting for the game to be over and for them to lose again.
Today's hottest take, was Kyrie a big factor for the Cavs?
Kyrie was a huge factor for the Cavs because now they're losing. In fact, they're losing so much that it's insane. he needs to be there to close the games. They can't close the games. They can't play defense. And I'm not saying Kyrie could play defense, but they're struggling because LeBron doesn't have his main man. He doesn't have somebody to lean on to help get the points and help play. LeBron is struggling because he doesn't have his man Kyrie. Now, Kyrie isn't struggling. Kyrie's doing amazing at the Boston Celtics, so Kyrie doesn't even know LeBron to succeed. LeBron looks like he needs somebody to help him get those points, and it ain't D-Wade like people thought it would be, because Mr. Old Knees ain't going to be scoring all those points like he used to. He needs Kyrie back, but Kyrie doesn't need him.
Like the attention, girl, I know you. But you're everything I want in life. We're fighting danger like kung fu. The love I feel is deep inside. The others don't matter. It's honestly us against the world.